The threat landscape is constantly evolving. Cybercriminals are relentless in their pursuit of new ways to exploit vulnerabilities and steal data. In 2025, we are witnessing a surge in a new breed of malware undetectable threats that can bypass even the most sophisticated security measures. These stealthy attacks are designed to slip past traditional defenses, leaving individuals and organizations vulnerable to data breaches, financial losses, and operational disruptions. One particularly insidious technique involves hiding malicious code within seemingly innocuous JPEG images, a method known as Stegomalware. Stegomalware is a type of malware that conceals its malicious code within other non-executable files. Think of it as digital camouflage. Hackers are increasingly using JPEG images to deliver Stegomalware, exploiting the fact that these files are ubiquitous and often trusted implicitly. This technique allows attackers to bypass traditional security measures that focus on scanning executable files like .x or .il. By embedding their malicious code within the image data, hackers can effectively hide in plain sight, making it much harder for security software to detect the threat. The process begins when a user unknowingly downloads or opens an infected JPEG image. This can happen through various means, such as downloading an image from an untrusted website, receiving it as an email attachment, or even through social media platforms where images are shared frequently. This image contains malicious code, often written in PowerShell, hidden within its metadata. The code is cleverly disguised so that it doesn't raise any immediate red flags, making it easy for the unsuspecting user to open the file without any suspicion. Metadata is essentially data about data, providing information about the image file itself, such as the date it was taken, the camera model used, and so on. This metadata is usually harmless and serves useful purposes, but in the hands of a hacker, it becomes a powerful tool for embedding malicious scripts. Hackers exploit this metadata to embed their malicious scripts. They use sophisticated techniques to ensure that the malicious code is well hidden and can bypass basic security checks. This makes it difficult for traditional antivirus software to detect the threat. When the image is opened, the hidden code is triggered, initiating a multi-stage attack. The initial stage might be relatively benign, such as gathering system information, but it sets the stage for more harmful actions. The first stage typically involves downloading a malicious payload, such as ransomware, from a remote server controlled by the attacker. This payload can then encrypt the user's files, demanding a ransom for their release, or it could install other types of malware to further compromise the system. To further evade detection, hackers often split the payload between the image and a decoy document, like a PDF or Word file. This method of splitting the payload makes it even more challenging for security software to piece together the full scope of the attack. This two-file approach makes it even more difficult for security software to identify the threat, as it appears to be dealing with separate, benign files. The decoy document often contains legitimate content, adding another layer of deception. As a result, the malicious code can operate undetected for longer periods, causing more damage. Traditional antivirus software relies heavily on signature-based detection, meaning it identifies malware by comparing file signatures against a database of known threats. However, this approach is proving increasingly ineffective against Stegomalware and other advanced threats. Because the malicious code is hidden within seemingly harmless files, like JPEG images, it can easily evade signature-based detection. According to recent reports, some Stegomalware variants achieve zero detection rates by up to 90% of antivirus engines. This alarming statistic highlights the limitations of traditional security solutions and underscores the urgent need for more sophisticated defenses. The threat posed by JPEG malware is not theoretical. It's a clear and present danger. In March 2025, a widespread campaign used spam emails containing infected JPEG images to distribute various rat malware strains, including LimeRat, Agent Tesla, and Remcos. These Trojans grant attackers remote control over infected devices, allowing them to steal sensitive data, spy on users, and even launch further attacks. This campaign is just one example of how hackers are weaponizing JPEG images to deliver undetectable malware. As this technique becomes more refined and widespread, we can expect to see even more sophisticated and damaging attacks in the future. Section 6. Expert Opinions. A call for new defenses. Cybersecurity experts are sounding the alarm about the growing threat of Stegomalware and other fileless malware techniques. These advanced forms of cyber threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated, making them harder to detect and neutralize. Traditional security measures are struggling to keep up with the rapid evolution of these malicious tactics. Jane Harper, a security researcher at SentinelOne, warns that signature-based defenses are obsolete in the face of these evolving threats. She points out that relying solely on known malware signatures is no longer effective, as cyber criminals are constantly developing new ways to bypass these defenses. She emphasizes the need for security solutions that employ behavioral analysis, which focuses on identifying malicious activity based on how a file or program behaves, rather than relying solely on its signature. This approach allows for the detection of previously unknown threats by analyzing patterns and behaviors that deviate from the norm. Another expert, who goes by the pseudonym Aux Grep, describes the JPEG malware technique as a zero-day grade technique with 60% completion. This method involves embedding malicious code within seemingly harmless image files, making it extremely difficult to detect using traditional security tools. This statement highlights the dangerous potential of this technique and suggests that we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. As cyber threats continue to evolve, it is crucial for the cybersecurity community to develop and implement more advanced and adaptive defense mechanisms to stay ahead of these ever-changing threats. Section 7. Protecting yourself. Strategies for a safer digital life. So, how can individuals and organizations protect themselves from these stealthy threats? In today's digital age, cyber threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated, targeting both personal and professional data. It's crucial to stay one step ahead by implementing robust security measures. The key lies in adopting a multi-layered approach to security that goes beyond traditional antivirus software. This means integrating various security measures to create a comprehensive defense system that can adapt to different types of threats. Here are some essential steps to consider. First, ensure that all your software and systems are up to date. Regular updates and patches can fix vulnerabilities that cybercriminals might exploit. Advanced email filtering. Implement email security solutions that can analyze image attachments for hidden content and block suspicious files. Phishing attacks often come through email, so having a robust email filtering system is crucial. Disable automatic macro execution. Macros are small programs embedded within documents that can be exploited to download and execute malware. By disabling automatic macro execution, you can prevent these hidden threats from compromising your system. Disabling automatic macro execution in applications like Microsoft Office can significantly reduce your risk. It's a simple yet effective step that can protect you from a range of malware attacks. Regular offline backups. Back up your important data regularly to an offline storage device. This ensures that your data is safe from online threats and can be restored if needed. This ensures that you can restore your data in case of a ransomware attack or other data loss event. Offline backups are immune to many types of cyber attacks, making them a reliable safety net. Behavioral analysis. Tools. Invest in security solutions that utilize behavioral analysis to detect and block malicious activity, even if it doesn't match any known malware signatures. These tools can identify unusual behavior patterns, providing an additional layer of security. Finally, invest in cybersecurity awareness training for all employees. Human error is often the weakest link in security, so educating your team on best practices can significantly enhance your overall security posture. Regular security audits and assessments can help identify potential vulnerabilities before they are exploited. By staying proactive and vigilant, you can create a safer digital environment for yourself and your organization. Section 8. The high cost of inaction. Ransomware's growing threat. The rise of undetectable malware is fueling a global surge in ransomware attacks. Experts predict that ransomware damages will exceed $300 billion globally in 2025. These attacks can cripple businesses, disrupt critical infrastructure, and lead to significant financial losses. The increasing sophistication of ransomware gangs, coupled with the proliferation of undetectable malware, makes it more critical than ever for individuals and organizations to take proactive steps to protect themselves. Section 9. Staying ahead of the curve. Vigilance in a dangerous world. The threat landscape is constantly evolving, and cybercriminals are always seeking new ways to exploit vulnerabilities. Staying informed about emerging threats, like JPEG malware, is crucial for maintaining a strong security posture. By adopting a proactive approach to cybersecurity, implementing robust security measures, and staying vigilant, individuals and organizations can mitigate their risk and navigate the digital world with greater confidence. Remember, in the battle against cybercrime, knowledge is power.